Okay, so aside from the demonstration, I need to show to you the power options, since this is a 24 port switch with 4 SFPs here, downlinks. This one is POE, this is non-POE. 13 to 24 is non-POE, 1 to 12 is POE switch, POE ports. I'm showing also what is inside here, so I'm curious. For now, let's unplug the power out core cable. Core cable, and then let's use screwdriver. I am curious of what's inside, so stick to it. Oh my god, it's falling. Okay, it's a Euro block port. It's a Euro block port. Okay, so for those who are curious about the DC ports, so this is the ports. Okay, since I'm using a GoPro, I can't take a clear video here. Okay, I can take the clear video, but so what you see is what you get. That's it. Okay, so this is the switch, Fortinet switch, FortiSwitch 224 POE, or power over Ethernet switch. Okay, power, so we need to power this one. Okay, by the way, at the back we have a console cable, modular for DC power, and this one for AC power. AC input, so 100 to 240 voltage ampere current. This one is DC, 12 volts by 14 ampere, and also 54 volts by 7.8 amperes. Okay, so this switch is 24 ports plus 4 SFP ports, and with also management ports. Okay, so basically these are 3 methods, so it's written here, 3 methods to configure this switch: via FortiGate manage, via cloud manage, and via standalone. So in the FortiGate manage, you are basically, it's very easy. Basically you need to connect these switches from port 24, it's written here, or port 28, to any ports of FortiGate, and then FortiGate will recognize the switch using FortiLink. Yeah, that's the link connection of the FortiGate management. So it basically recognizes the switch, and then FortiGate will manage these switches for this option. And the second option is cloud management mode. So you basically log into your cloud management So fortiswitch.forticloud.com, and then, or standalone mode, configure your switch via management port here management port. So you need to assign an IP address to your laptop, subnet of 192.168.1.0, so X depends on your what number do you want, or say for example 192.168.1.10. so the IP address of the web GUI of this switches of this switch is 192.168.1.99, and the credential is username only, so no password. But this time we will present a demo to you on this option, standalone mode, using management or using CLI via command line interface. Okay, so for the CLI, because in the box there's a default included, by default it's included the console cable of Fortinet. So this is the Fortinet bundle, and then this is optional. If your desktop supporting serial port already, so you can directly connect this to your PC, and this one to the console. But for now I am using my laptop, so I don't have a built-in serial port here, so I need this thing, USB to serial converter. So basically we will put it here. Okay, we will put it here, yeah. And this one, this white one, we will connect this to the console port here, and the USB will be connected to the USB port of your laptop. Okay, so let's check. Okay, so we will open our terminal. Okay, terminal using teraterm, this one, teraterm. So serial, okay. So by the way, on the terminal, whether you're using teraterm or POE, you need to set the serial port settings to a speed of 115 here. Okay, so in the teraterm you need to go to setup, serial ports, and the speed you need to set from 9600 to 15200, and click OK. Okay, so as you can see now, I am entering the command line interface of FortiSwitch here. So admin, username, and password is no, so just enter. Your password doesn't conform to the password. Okay, so it's requiring me to put a new password to this switch. So let me guess, I guess admin, and use the password to maybe later on. Okay, so for now, since we have tested the serial port, it's working, so soon we will be uploading a new videos for the configuration using the CLI but for now we will connect the FortiSwitch using the patch cord or via GUI. We will configure via GUI. Okay. So we will use this cord. But we will need for the laptop, since my laptop doesn't have any LAN port on it, so I need this adapter, USB to RJ45 adapter, and patch cord, UTP patch cord. Okay, LAN adapter and UTP patch cord. So for now, let's remove the CLI since we already tested it's working. Okay, put this side. Okay, so here on the switch, let's connect to management port here, and then connect USB adapter to RJ45 to your laptop. If your PC or your laptop always already had this one, so you might not have a problem with this. Okay, so let's exit the CLI. And then we will open the network settings of this laptop and then assign an IP address so that we can ping the 192.1.99. This one. Okay, assign an IP address 1.10, let's say 10, 255. So for now there's no gateway yet, but it's up to you. No gateway or have, it's working already. Let's open private browser and connect to 192.168.1.99. Let's check CMD if it's reachable. 168.1.99. It's pingable on the CMD, but on the web interface it's not. Maybe we need to put HTTPS on it. Yes, so we need to put HTTPS word, then advance, accept risk, then voila. Okay, so we are now able to connect. We are now able to connect to the FortiSwitch. I will now switch off this camera right now, and then switch to video capture on my laptop for further configuration. So hi, okay, welcome back. So now we're done switching from my GoPro going to video capture here, and I apologize my camera is not clear. So let's proceed to the configuration of FortiSwitch. So this is the FortiSwitch GUI. By default we will use admin using no password. Okay, so we will just log in directly. Okay, so here we are required to put a new password. So for now, let's make an easy or simple password so that we can uh, memorize the password on this one. But for the production, I would suggest that you need to create a complicated password soon. Maybe hard or difficult to memorize. A combination of small uh, capital letter with alpha symbols. Yeah, letter numbers, symbols. So that's a good idea for to make your passwords strong. For now, I'm gonna stick to my simple password. Okay. Then click update. Or login and authenticated. So this is the GUI of FortiSwitch POE with 24 ports. Ports number 1 to 12 are supported with POE plus, and the rest is non-POE. So 1 to 12, 13 to 14, yeah, 25 to 28 is a SFP. So 1G speed. So system information, serial number, BIOS. If you need to upgrade the firmware, here you can click directly. And then you need to upgrade the license to the advanced, where you are in need of advanced routing like dynamic OSPF, BGP, like that. For now, Switch 40 Cloud is not configured. For the Switch Cloud is not configured since we are configuring via web browser. So that's I think that's it for the dashboard. It says here the CPU, RAM, temp, PoE. Okay, so maximum PoE budget is 180. Will be this will be good for your iPhones if you need to connect your iPhones to power up your iPhones, access points, CCTV cameras here. Yeah, it's possible as long as your PoE device are PoE plus powered. Okay. PoE plus means 30 watts and less. So 30 watts below. So PoE 15 watts, PoE plus 30 watts, and there is a switch also called universal PoE, or mostly they are multi-gigabit switch. So universal PoE is 60 watts. 60 watts is per port. Okay. So here PoE plus 30 watts. Okay, so let's go to the network configuration and let's check interface, physical, VLAN. So for now, let's go to physical interface to check which interface are yeah. For the meantime, uh, there is no IP address or subnet assigned to any interface yet, but you could create your own VLANs here. So depends on you if you want to use this switch as a multitask switch, like a core switch or collapse core switch. You can do it here. Okay, so let's click internal manage. If you want to assign an IP address, we submit. Okay, alias, static or DHCP, it's up to you. Okay, so that's the options for this interface. Okay, so let's go Go directly to VLAN, where you can create multiple subnets here. Okay, so let's try to add a VLAN or virtual local area network. Let's say, for example, I'm creating a VLAN or department of accounting department must be character 15 character or fewer. Okay, so there's a limit for this one. So in production, in most cases, we use acronyms. So ACTG in the alias, yeah, you can write the full meaning or description for that acronym. Department, internal, management. So internal, that's internal. VLAN ID. Let's say I am creating a 192 or 172. So let's say 10 VLAN ID. That's your identity of your VLAN. So DHCP, if you want to assign a DHCP for your subnet, you can do it here. Okay, creating this one. VLAN. Oh, so this is a pure layer 2 switch, which could only receive an IP address, but cannot do interface VLAN or SVI. Okay, so static IP configuration here are only used for if you want to statically assign an IP address for the switch, for this specific switch to your network, or in your native VLAN or on your management. So yes, so it needs to have a core switch to connect to for this one, because this is a pure layer 2 switch. Okay, so pure layer 2 to connect to. So let's say if you are connecting to accounting VLAN on your other switch called core switch, so you can assign VLAN here. Okay, that's your VLAN identity. And then if you want to receive a IP address from the native VLAN from a core switch, then you can check the DHCP. And then administration up. So if you want to be accessible, for the switch to be accessible from the network via ping HTTP, then check this one. Okay, I would rather check ping HTTPS and SSH for me because it's safe. Telnet is not safe. SSH is using encrypted communications. Also, HTTPS. HTTP is not recommendable for the production. Okay, you can also check reduce accounting. Yeah, but for now, I am using HTTP, ping, and SSH. Okay, okay, okay. Click add. Yeah, we have created an virtual LAN interface. Is what this one. So let's proceed to the DNS, primary DNS. You can remove this one, replace to your default DNS, your internal DNS on your environment. For some people out there, they're using 8.8.8.8 for Google DNS, 1.1.1.1 for Cloudflare, 208.67.222.222 for Cisco Umbrella. Yeah, I would suggest those three DNS if you want to be secure or something. Yeah, that's also secure because I've worked with Umbrella before. Umbrella is also uh, an open DNS before acquired by Cisco. Hopefully, Fortinet will create their own public domain server, so that all of their customers will point their DNS entry to their DNS servers. It's a additional security portfolio also. Okay, so settings. Okay, this is I conflict detection. Okay, it's a loopback detection program, or it's preventing the loopback. So we'll go to config, other options here. If you want to integrate this switch to your SNMP server, you can do it. You can, uh, yeah, it's a bunch of SNMP servers out there. You can use Splunk, you can use QRadar, and other brand. Yeah, okay. Communities, users here. Yeah, you can enable the SNMP. Okay, so firmware. Okay, so it's currently using the firmware 6.2.3 build 0202 or 202 build. Okay, memories, outlook. Backup. So you need to restore backups on your switches. You go here. Oh, yeah, manual save. Revisions. Okay, so any major changes of your switches will be written here. Licenses. Here, you can add your license in this in this module. Licenses. You can add license. Okay, license key. Management mode. So this is for now. This is a local management, but soon if we add this to if we add this switch to the FortiGate management, we will be requiring this one. Okay, the FortiLink management host to, yeah, this is a specific basically an identity to your switches. Let's say this switch will be uh, put on the IDF 7, so it's good to have this name IDF 7. Okay, time. So to sync up the time with your core switch and other switches in the environment, and use the NTP server as needed. SSL. Okay, user, nothing much. Administrator. So you can create your delegation. This is the delegation section where you can create your um, credential to your colleague, co-admin of your organizations. Let's say I'm creating a another user. Okay. Richie, regular, putting a password with 1 to 5. Oh, must be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So for admin or super admin, I would assign proof admin only, and then add restrict this admin login from task email. So add. Okay, so profile. So what would be the role of the admin? You had create here. Monitor. Okay, so basically it's basically a logs for the for accessing the switch. The settings, nothing much. It's basically an ideal settings for the access the access of the switches. Let's say idle timeout, it will uh, it will log out automatically, log out to if the duration of this without anyway without moving the cursor in it, any clicking of the switch. After 5 minutes it will go log out. Yeah. Console access, it's normally setting up the telnet port, which is port 23. You can also predefine your own 104, something like that. Yeah, this is one of the way also to mm, to harden your network security. Yeah, port numbers, web interfaces like that, users, definitions, add users also, groups, you can create your own groups. Nothing much here. As I have LDAP servers where you need to integrate this the switch to your LDAP server, or if you have your own Fortinet or network access server, you can also add here as a reduce server, or at SSTC. But authentication is basically a is a portion to integrate your switch to your access server. So there are a bunch of access server out there, but on the Fortinet we have FortiNAC or Forti Network Access Center, where that server is a centrally managed server when where all the users that are connected to the network are authenticated, um, fosterized, and uh, yeah, there's a bunch of security step-by-step process for you to be able to be a legitimate users on the network. So TACAC server, radio server, LDA server are basically a good server for your environment. So you might want that one also on your environment. So it's good. I have seen here the authentication portion for the switch. For the other brand, I haven't seen the options in the web GUI for this one authentication, mostly on the CLI, but it's too complicated for the non-tech guy. So for the non-techie guys out there, I would recommend this switch because it's handy, user-friendly. Yeah, you can understand while watching this GUI up. Yeah, okay. So this is the system, dashboard, network configuration, admin. It's a user-friendly user interface. Okay, link monitor, FortiCloud. Okay, so since the switch is not connected to the internet and we're not able to have a connection to the switch cloud, and also we are not adding the switch to the FortiCloud yet. Soon we will be adding the switch, but for now this is only the demo that I could share to you. Soon I will be giving to you also the FortiSwitch cloud registration and FortiGate mode registration. Switch here, yeah, it's a bunch of options here. Hmm, let's see. Ports, physical ports. Okay, so these are the ports, port number. cable diagnostic, you can check your end-to-end connections here. Let's click sure, open. Let's check if there's no management port here, but it's good that I could see the number of ports and the settings and the statuses here. So if we will put a if we will put an IP phone, POE powered IP phones in port number one, it will shows here how much of the wattage are being consumed here. Okay, so that's good for me if I want to manage my network also, for us to be able to monitor the POE wattage that are consumed. Okay, so these are the physical interface. So there's a bunch here. I just thought that the only options here is the system, but we have these four options and it's good for me. It's a lot of configurations here that I can do. Yeah, options. We'll go first to the switch ports, physical trunk. Let's check to the trunk. Okay, so trunk, there is no trunk yet, but we can create. Okay, trunk ports. Let's create a 23, number 23, a trunk port. Create a trunk going to core. Okay, let's create going to core. Core switch static. Yeah, ECP. Whoa, there's a Fortinet trunk. I haven't tried this before because I am from the other brand. Now I am exploring the Fortinet technology, so I am ignorant of what the Fortinet technologies are being planted to this switch. Okay, so there's a Fortinet trunk. Maybe I could use this one or LSCP or passive static. Okay, Fortinet trunk. Then description. Okay, that's the same. Let's create the same. And then we will use port number 23, 22 for the trunk. I need to do also a port channeling on that one. So there's a port in a trunk here. But yeah, I could. Whoa, whoa! Just a few clicks, I created a trunk. There's a bunch here that I could configure. So aside from creating a trunk, so let's say I'm creating a trunk 22 and 23 for 22 and 23. Interface, physical, then trunk and port security. Okay, so all of the ports are assigned to VLAN 1. Okay, so all of the ports are assigned to VLAN 1. You can do your own port security, rear indication. Okay, so here we need to, if we want to create a VLAN here and a switch, maybe this is the time. VLAN. Okay, I'm excited. VLAN 10. Description. Maybe admin department. So private VLAN. I could describe or explain this to you soon for the private VLAN. For now, we will disable this one because we will not need it. Need that one. VLAN ID. Sorry. That's 10. Or I will create 20. Okay, so MAC member by IP address. What did we? Okay, okay. So if you want to add a specific device here on this VLAN, you can create. You can statically register here, but for now, I will not click or add any of the endpoint. For now, I will click add. Okay, so I have created a VLAN ID 20, and virtual wires. What's the virtual wire? Virtual wire, I'm not sure what is the virtual wire, but soon I'm gonna explore that one also. Okay, so MAC address entry. If there are a lot of devices that are connected here, the switch, it will be registered here via ARP or address resolution protocol. Okay, so POE, nothing much. S-flow. So by the way, S-flow is a kind of technologies where switches will provide a provide a flow or a logs. It's kinda, for a layman's term, it's a logs from the switches, logs from the users that are connected to the FortiSwitch. So it's going to be sent to the syslog server or any of SIEM or security incidents event management, security incident event management server. So there's a lot in the internet. So one of them is Splunk, QRadar, Manage Engine. So that server are usable. It's a lot. But on the Fortinet, we have a Fortis SIEM on it. So it's it's a full platform or portfolio here. We have a FortiSwitch, we have FortiGate, we have FortiNAC, we have FortiClient for the endpoint or antivirus. We also have a FortiSIEM, SIEM. So it's a single solution. You can, it's a one-stop shop also. So basically, S-Flow is a technology that provides a logs to your SIEM server. So enable and then provide an IP address to your SIEM server or 40 SIEM ports and apply. So it will be sending logs to your 40 SIM. Mirror. Okay, so if you want to monitor a specific port number of the switch, let's say for example, one of my colleagues are connected to port number one, and I want to monitor what is the traffic or what are what are their what are their destinations, maybe what are the traffic, what are the websites that they are going to. So I need to monitor what is the activity of that guy. So you could use port mirroring on it. Yeah, it's effective. You can check the IP addresses, the port number that he's going to or she's going to. Yeah, port mirror is very powerful also. So nothing much here. Port numbers, interface trunks. You could create interfaces. Um, Monitor the physical interface, HTTP, S-flows, VLANs, QoS. Nothing important for now, but if you use your basically it's quality of service. So if you want to prioritize voice or video traffic to your environment, then you could use QoS, this one, and then monitor. Okay, forwarding tables, so all of the traffic that are going in, going out. You could check it here also. Yeah, router. Let's check what can we do with the router. Okay, it's basically a static route options here. So if you want to advertise your IP address of your switch, so you might go to static routes, and then let's say for example there's an ID. Let's see 10. Destination of your network or your network is you want to know for advertising is 172.116.10.0/255/24. This is slash 24 0 any. So if you want a specific interface to connect to, it's a next hop, then your gateway 128.1.1. Thus this is your next hop IP address. So you are connecting using your 172.168.10.10 or .2. Your next hop is 1. Okay. Okay, so just add this value must be in format. How? Okay. So it should be 24. Okay. So that's add. So I'm creating a route static routes here. Other thing. Okay, nothing much here, but says IP address. Okay. Okay, so nothing. Okay, so I think that's it for the demonstration of this Fortinet FortiSwitch 224 POE. Okay, so nothing. I have nothing much to demo to you for now. These are the options that you could see on this kind of switch. If you have any questions or you have any request configurations, please comment on the comment sections so that I can read it, and then I can schedule a creation of videos for your request. Okay, that's it for now, and thanks for watching this video. Peace.